My fronts are now 305 width tires. This thing looks absolutely insane. It's amazing when you see a vision starting to come into reality. 5 years ago, Chevrolet came out with this car, the 2017 Camaro ZL1, and it featured the massive power plant out of the Corvette Z06. And if that wasn't crazy enough, the following year, Chevy went full send, releasing the F1-LE, the track-focused, extremely capable version that's nearly undrivable on normal roads. And what's funny, after all these years, this relationship between Camaro and Corvette, it seemed like the powers that be finally said, go out and compete. And in 2018, when the F1-LE rolled out, it destroyed every predecessor Corvette. It put down better lap times besides the top tier at the time, the C7 Z06. At the Nürburgring, the proving grounds of performance manufacturers, it got within 2 seconds of that lap time. So without a doubt, the F1-LE is a phenomenal vehicle, both from an aesthetic point of view and a performance machine. And I came up with the crazy idea on converting my base ZL1 to that F1-LE. So far, we got a full carbon fiber rear wing, and you see those big, meaty tires mounted on ZL1 rims. We got 325s for the rear and 305s for the front. And today, we're doing a full front end conversion for Project ZL1 F1-LE. So aloha, welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the channel, my little piece of paradise. If you are new, I'm a crazy Hawaiian Texan that loves cars and makes a couple videos. We have our 2020 Silverado Trail Boss, my 2007 Silverado, the OG on the channel, and then obviously here, my dream car we are working on today. And if you guys are new and by chance have not subscribed just yet, scroll down, hit the subscribe button below, join the family, because not only we have a lot of ZL1 stuff coming up, the 2020 Trail Boss just got itself a massive pair of shoes, which are going on soon after we lift this thing to the sky. All right, guys, car is airborne. We got 2 jack stands under here just in case worst case scenario happens. For me, that has happened before, which isn't fun. So we're ready to go. The whole front clip's coming off. We have genuine GM F1-LE parts going on, including the upper and lower grille, the 2 inlet ducts, which is going to delete the LED right there, which actually we can possibly use that 12-volt power source for something else. We also have a more aggressive lower splitter, the kind of pinnacle of this front end, which are the dive planes or canards, which we're gonna have to drill into this bumper and mount, which I'm not excited for. And depending on how today goes, we might actually test fit our new F1-LE wheel setup with a 305 width tires there in the front. There is a chance I will have to do some fab work in here, which I don't look forward to cutting up my brand new ZL1, but it's gotta happen, guys. For those of you who are curious about the OG, while there's tape on the window, my son decided to roll the window down as I was trying to roll it up, and it snapped the regulator. So I got a new one ordered. I got to replace the window regulator. All right, let's go in the parts department over here to see what's going on with the ZL1 today. So if everything goes according to plan today, all of this will be on that car when this is all done. And now begins the fun part. So we got to disassemble this entire front clip. This front bumper is coming completely off, and we got to pull out the grill, everything like that. So to get the bumper off, my understanding is a bunch of little T15 screws up in here. We got a bunch up underneath, and a few places you have to get to behind that front wheel liner. And you guys are now going to a random montage of my next few hours of life. Enjoy. you doing, dude? Nice truck. Well guys, this is the most inefficient I've ever been on the video, and partially because I've been dreaming of doing this for so long that I'm just savoring every second of it, just taking my time. And as you can see, I could not wait to test fit these. I wanted to see what they look like, but also if they cleared. Oh my goodness. And just for perspective, the rears on this car, base ZL1 are 305 width tires. My fronts are now 305 width tires. And my main concern was for the top bracket on this strut. Base ZL1s have this bracket right here. That was my main concern for clearance. And it doesn't touch, but I'm I don't know, a little bit concerned because if it does make contact, my wheel goes to crap. A few people have trimmed this bracket back just a little bit to give you more clearance. There's a few running spacers to pull that wheel out, or we could just leave it as is. Let me know. Should we run the spacer? Should we trim that bracket or just send it as is? Let me know. Comments below. One last look, one last sneak peek there. Man, that's gonna be sweet. Well, that escalated quickly. Got the front bumper completely off, we have everything exposed, and now I'm really realizing how much death and destruction has just been riding around in my car forever. Like, look at that, it's nasty. And so we're gonna vacuum out all these dead bugs and whatever the heck that is behind there, I don't even wanna know. So I could not believe how much crap was just caught within my radiator, both rocks, bugs, you name it, it was in there. So I took this all apart, got this all vacuumed out. We're all clean, we're all ready to go, because we are now focusing on that. Within our F1-LE parts, we have a new upper grill, a lower grill, new air inlet bezels, and dive planes. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and take a look how to get these front grills out, and I think that'll be the best place to start.
With a piece in my hand and bloodshot eyes, I walked to the water for a last goodbye. He begged so much, it clouded my mind. One thing's clear, the man's gotta die. Might makes right, so he said, when he held all the keys over our head. I lived in that grip.
All right guys, new day, same video. Funny how this always goes. We are now in the office. We've migrated here now. We get the front bumper completely off. The upper grill is done. We finally got this thing installed. This was a pain in the butt to get off and get the new one in. I don't want to do that again. One other touch you might or might not have seen is our bow tie. I took a carbon fiber vinyl wrap and wrapped my chrome bow tie. This is done in two pieces. I am not that good, but I'm a huge fan of this 3M 280 carbon fiber weave. I'll link this in the description below because I've tried countless number of carbon fiber vinyls just to see which one was the best, and I kid you not how many samples I have. Also, one other touch, which I didn't show you, those of you that have this 6th gen Camaro, there's this cover that goes on top of your crash bumper that sits here behind the grill. Because it's fully visible all the time from the front of the car, I went ahead and took that carbon fiber vinyl wrap and wrapped that plastic piece as well. So from the front of the car, this is gonna look super good. And for those of you who are new to the office, this is where I do my real job. Since you've been in here last, we have a new desk. I've always wanted to try to build my own desk, so I went to Home Depot, bought a big butcher block, a couple of 2x12, and just kind of created my own structure here. But one special piece of this desk I always wanted to try was to create my own livery here on the desktop and have it really as a part of my everyday. So essentially on the bare butcher block, I took an industrial permanent marker, drew in my livery, stained over the top of that, did the polycuromine on top of that, and it turned out epic. And then also in this corner is my engine block coffee table. Those of you who've been around a little bit will know what this is. This is a Chevy 350 small block out of a Corvette. We tore this down to its bare bones and created this pretty epic coffee table. The motor was junk, it was done. But if you want to see that full build and full video, I'll link it right there. Super happy with my office so far, guys. But the best part is it's air conditioned because it's very, very hot outside. We're gonna get the lower grill done, get the last pieces wrapped up, literally the wrap on it. And then we gotta figure out how we're gonna mount these canards in as well.
Lord, forgive me, take me on down the river where the guilt can't fight.
Unless you have the same car addiction that I do, most people probably wouldn't know the difference between a 1LE grill and a base ZL1 grill. So here's a side-by-side look. The base grill is a gloss black, very clear, it's a good looking grill. There's nothing wrong with it. Aggressive pattern. It's just a 1LE, it's just a little bit more. The actual texture of it is pretty cool. Let's see if I get this to focus. You see that texture there? More of a satin look, and the pattern ties in a lot better with the new wheels that are going in versus the OEM one. And as far as the side profile, the 1LE, you can see there, has that piece that extends beyond the grill to help pull in more air, where the base ZL1 does not have that. So this was gonna look all over better. The bottom grill was a lot easier to pull out than the upper grill, funny enough. You just have to be very careful with these little white plastic clips. These are a lot more fragile than they should be. And I broke the first one I was pulling on, so I need to order another one. Whew, that was a pain in the okole. These bezels were definitely designed to go in and never come out. Regardless, we had to cut it a little bit, but it's out of there. We have our new ones going in here, just kind of placing them up, trying to figure out where this dive plane needs to go in. So we have 4 tabs on the inside and then 2 coming up. So we have our 4 locations here on the bezel, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I just noticed on the back side is they're marked there and marked right there. Those are where I need to cut, and I'm terrified to do that because you only have one shot at cutting this right.
Take me on down. Well, I sank that body by the riverbank, caught a boat south, took off like a hurricane with spotlights, dogs, hit the whole 9 yards, of breathing down my neck and breathing hard. 2 weeks in a wild chase across the highways, mountains, over 7 states.
All right, we were a little bit all over the place today. If I were to put a timestamp on this video, it's technically Labor Day weekend. So we are working on this in and out of just enjoying the weekend together. We have the driver's side pretty much installed and ready to go. The part I did not look forward to in this entire project was these 2 slits right here. So we had to cut it from the inside. The canard fits perfectly. So we have our 2 slots, one there, one on the bottom, and then our bezel has pre-cut 1, 2, and 3, 4. So we're gonna get the canard on this side, get all the clips in place, and then we'll get a full look technically at the whole front end. Pretty much buttoned up. Good job! Good job. Try again. You do that by yourself?
Yeah.
Dude. Good job. Technically, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time, the 1LE front end is done. Upper grill, lower grill, air inlet bezels.
Daddy.
Yes. Dive planes, canards, done on both sides.
Daddy, what you want to
Yes, this is why he's not paid very much. He gets 1 monster jam every 3 hours of work. He has yet to complete 3 hours of work. So he just gets the monster jams regardless. All right, my dude, you done good. High five. Heck yeah. All right, bedtime. Knocks. Shoots. 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 We're working on it. Well, that turned out good, guys. I'm stoked. Everything fit perfectly. We had all the hardware we needed. Nothing broke besides that one little white plastic clip. So if you're as stoked as I am on this new front end, go ahead and smash that like button below. Helps me out, helps the channel out, helps us continue to grow. So we'll see you guys back in the garage in 3, 2, 1. All right, good morning, guys. If everything goes according to plan today, this front end will be completely back on. Car will be back on the ground. I'm not certain if I'm gonna get the 1LE tires and wheels bolted on the car just yet because of my clearance concern. It's not an issue just yet, but essentially, if you run any additional track camber or negative camber on these cars without, I guess, trimming this edge of the bracket, you're gonna run into big issues with the new wheels because it's so stinking close right now. I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing with this just yet. So we're gonna have to figure that one out. In addition, I'm kind of heartbroken because I thought I was done cutting up this bumper. But it turns out the lower splitter, we have little side pieces here that go on the lower splitter. And I didn't realize we have one more cut to make right there. I didn't realize it actually goes through the bumper. So it bolts up here, goes through the bumper here. So we gotta get the Dremel back out and make 2 more cuts. Good job. All right, guys, this is where I go a little bit overboard. So we have a couple cross braces here up underneath the bumper. As you can see, we went ahead and wrapped that carbon fiber. And in the lower side, we went overboard again and wrapped this piece full of carbon fiber vinyl wrap. The reason being is those openings in that grille are so massive, a lot of this is visible when you're looking at the front of the car. Now, having this, a little bit of a touch of a carbon here, there, and at the lower, I think it's gonna really kind of pull it all in and make it look really more premium than it actually is. But as far as progress goes, we are kind of at a standstill right now. I need 3 more of these plastic clips, and unfortunately today being Labor Day, parts departments at Chevy dealerships are closed. In addition, we have more vinyl wrap coming. So I have a little bit left over here, but it's not enough to wrap this lower splitter. The reason we are wrapping the lower splitter, one, in carbon fiber, because I'm crazy about carbon fiber right now. The 1LE splitters are satin black. And then the ZL1 base has all gloss black ground effects. So the side skirts, the rear diffuser, and the front on the OEM ZL1s are gloss black. The 1LEs are satin black, so it doesn't match. So I need to either wrap these satin, that gloss, or we wrap everything in carbon fiber, which I'm kind of on a carbon fiber cleanse at the moment. And this isn't enough to do the lower splitter. So we got more wrap coming in. I need more clips. I wanted to finish this project today, but it looks like we're at a little bit of a standstill. So what that means for you is nothing really, because we'll be back here at about 3, 2, 1. Morning, guys. We are back with day number, I've lost track by now, but we're back in the living room, and my wife loves it because the bumper is also back. What we were doing this morning is beginning to wrap this front splitter. What we've been waiting on for the last few days was this roll here. This is 3M 2080 series vinyl wrap. This is the carbon fiber weave, has a nice texturized feel, and it's more of a satin finish versus a straight up gloss. What we have wrapped this morning off camera was these 2 pieces here, and actually turned out really good. So these are the 2 pieces that go on the side. That's gonna look so good. We went ahead and wrapped the inside about halfway, because as it's mounted, the inside is somewhat visible. And because I really don't know what I'm doing, this is probably gonna be 2 pieces. I'm gonna lay some knifeless tape here at the bottom so I get the top right, and I'll do a second piece here at the bottom because you can't really see it unless I'm running over you. Let the fun begin. Just me, or is it something about a car on jack stands that just makes you feel at home? Gosh, Hawaiian rednecks in the building. All right, the F1-LE front end conversion is done. It would have been relatively quick just to slap it all together if that's all I did. But just for a quick summary of what went down here, the upper and lower grille are a OEM ZL1 1LE grills. These are genuine 1LE parts. The bow tie used to be chrome. We wrapped that in the carbon fiber wrap. We got carbon fiber wrap on the inside of the grille. This is the 5 mile an hour kind of crash bumper on the lower piece here, as well as these plastic pieces that kind of channel the air. So these are all little details, like I mentioned, that just take a lot of time, but really go a long way when you come and look at this car. The lower splitter, which is probably the most lengthy portion of this, is the GM OEM 1LE front splitter. Wrapped in this carbon fiber, we got this nice weave. It looks so incredible. I'm not a good wrapper, I will be honest. So this is done in 2 pieces. I probably could have stretched it and done it in one piece, but I didn't want to stretch it too much. So the bottom piece is one piece and there's a seam. And then the side little winglets here also wrapped in carbon fiber. We got our front dive planes, the canards. These are the most aggressive piece of this car, and it just makes the car look menacing. The air inlet bezels deleted the LED DRL. That one's gone, but the power source is still there. So any thoughts, guys, on what we should use that power source for? It's there, it's wired in. We could do something up here with that power. And this is gonna be the part where you guys absolutely hate me, besides wearing a tank top and dressed for the occasion. We are not gonna be running the 1LE wheels today. That's gonna be in the next upload, so definitely stay tuned, guys. Reason being, I'm gonna run into a clearance issue. These OEM ZL1 front struts have this bracket here that sticks out way further than the 1LE one. So there's gonna be a modification on that bracket in our next video in order to fit these up. And in addition to the wheel and tire setup finally getting on the car, we have some parts from Dial Dynamics going there. We got some parts from ZL1 add-ons also being installed in the next upload. You guys are curious? This is the most expensive cameraman in the world.
A piece how you guys have.
So once you get it on there, you gotta make sure it's on the hub, and then you spin it. But when you spin it, you can be sure that you got it on the hub correctly. It's not gonna be doing this, and there's no binding. By the way, guys, he learned something new finally. Let's see it. Shoot! Hawaiian! This thing looks insane. Okay, carbon fiber on that bow tie was the best decision I ever made. This whole front end, my goodness. That's nuts. As you may remember, on the 2020 Trail Boss, we have kind of a blacked out front end. We got the black bow tie, rocking real mean, real stealth. And we just replicated that here in the front end. I didn't expect that carbon fiber bow tie to look as good as it did. I was kind of worried it was going to look too much aftermarket, too much AutoZone, Pep Boys type look. But I don't know why, my eyes keep going to the center. It's just so dark. This thing looks absolutely insane. It's amazing when you see a vision starting to come into reality. And if you think this looks good now, wait till we get this 1LE set up. The wheels and tires bolted up, and this new color palette hitting the fleet. Not just that one, but all the vehicles. Also, we have Nude merch dropping. You guys have been asking. I've been working on a few new designs with this new color palette. I think you guys are gonna like it. It'll make you look not like I do now. If you guys wanna see the behind the scenes stuff, find me on Instagram at Lonestar Hawaiian. A lot of good conversation there, but this project, my goodness, I don't have words. This car is insane. But we'll catch you in a few days for our next video, guys. Until that day comes, y'all take care. We hope. Aloha.